Hey guys, what I want to show you here is the Suunto Core watch. This watch is the all black military version, meaning it comes with the rotatable degree bezel, and it's a black face with white letters. I'll show you the back here, saying it's 30 meters or 100 feet, water resistant, and gives you the battery model there. Okay, I want to tell you a couple things about this watch. I've had this before and I stopped using it, and then I started using it again. So let's just kind of go through it. When you first get the watch, first of all, I'll tell you, it starts at about $240 on Amazon. I'll put a link to it below here on Amazon so you can see. However, the price varies depending on what color scheme you get. The band is kind of a rubber, very adjustable, and it comes with two loops here, so you can really secure the strap down. Couple things. Comes with time. You can set this, obviously the time up on this screen. Below is adjustable, so you can set it to date, the seconds. You can set dual time zones, and again, this is a stopwatch. I'm not actually sure what that is, or you can have it blank. So I just have it set to the date, okay? So basically, time, date, no big deal. You press over here, this middle button over here is the mode. So at this point, I have it set to altimeter. You can set it to altimeter or barometer. I prefer the altimeter. The time moves up above here, and then you can use the bottom here to log various things. There's the temperature. Keep in mind the temperature, however, is not accurate until it's been off of your wrist for a while, because it will incorporate your body temperature into there, okay? With the, let me go back here real quick. With the altimeter and barometer, when you set it up, or I'll show you guys, when you go into the menu here, you can choose the sunrise. You can also go into the menu and see here it has reference and profile. So like for the profile, it asks you where you are, what city you're in, city, country, state. So it references what your base altitude is. You can change the measurements. You can also turn on the storm alarm, which if it recognizes a great change in pressure, it'll alert you that there's potentially a storm coming, okay? We press the mode again, we come back over to the compass. Now what you do here is it gives you a degree setting. It says 220, so I would rotate this around to 220, which would show me that I'm facing kind of southwest, which is correct. So good feature. When you first get it and you get onto compass mode, it'll tell you to keep flat and rotate, which again, you just keep it flat and rotate it, follow the directions. It's real easy. Good to have. Like I said, the time drops down below, and you can change that so that it'll actually tell you if you're southwest, or you can just have it to time. So I prefer to have it tell you what direction you're facing rather than use the bezel, but to each their own. Okay, then we go back to time. Now, what I want to show you guys here is a couple of the good parts and bad parts about it. Okay, so there's a lot that I like about this watch, and there's a couple things I don't like. Sits pretty well on my wrist. It's a good size. However, if you look at that third button on the right, if you move your wrist a lot, throughout the day, see that? I'll look down and if I move my wrist like this, I'll notice that it would have changed the setting. You see that? So one way they combat that is there is a key lock on here, which if you press the lower right button for 2 seconds, it'll lock the keys. However, you can still operate the backlight. So that's not a bad feature. I just don't really like to have to lock the keys to to avoid changing the setting on its own. I'd rather have a watch that you could either program the keys differently, or relocate that mode key somewhere else, because as you can see, any type of wrist movement is definitely going to press that. It's pretty slim line. I don't have the biggest wrist in the world, but fits well, adjustable. My only other complaint with it is the screen. It does have an adjustable contrast. However, it's definitely not the brightest thing in the world. If it's sunny out and you're wearing sunglasses, this watch is pretty much invisible. So keep that in mind. It does have a backlight, like I said, which works great. But, you know, for the money, you can adjust the contrast, like I said, but you cannot adjust the brightness of the letters. And a watch, you know, you're looking at $300 MSRP with all these features. I'd rather lose some of the features that aren't really mandatory, and be able to adjust that brightness. So overall, probably, you know, a 7 out of 10. I would buy it again just because I'm so used to it and I like it now. And compared to a GShock, I think there's a lot more features, and I think it's a lot more versatile. The reason I put this back on is just because, you know, like I said, if I'm gonna wear something on my wrist anyway, why not have it do more things? We have a lot of search and rescue events, and a various amount of other events that need map reading skills or things of that nature. So that's why I put this watch back on. But if you need any other information or you have any questions, please ask below. If not, thanks for watching.